Hello, I'm ibxtoycat, and today I am going to be mining an entire mountain, specifically because I need ice for my end. It's weird that I've had to mine a mountain 2 times in a row, but today I must do precisely that, and I'm going to be doing it using this pickaxe right here. Except, oh no, fortune isn't the right enchantment to go mine a mountain with, and so first what I've got to do is turn my fortune pickaxe into a silk touch pickaxe. This is going to require a roll of the dice. I have to admit, I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to try our very darn best. So we're going to make some slabs first of all, because that is one of the requirements for a grindstone, and then we're going to do something you almost never want to do if you have a fortune pickaxe, and I'm going to just take it right away. Although actually, I'll do it when I'm at my enchantment table. Ready? Do I have lapis? Yes, I do. Do I have spare inventory space? Probably not as much as I should have, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's go ahead, let's go to sleep, and let's disenchant. Oh no, internet! I forgot to switch it. Oh man. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Anyway, it's going good today. It's going real good. You know, I don't want to explain all that again. So, you know what? Hello, welcome to the live stream. Today, hello, oh, my controller died. Hello, oh, look, it's got like a big crack in it now. Oh, that was a bad drop. I need to, you know, it's working with the crack, but, like, do you see the size of this crack? Oh, that's bad. That is not good. What did I just do? Ooh, that's not, okay, so, oh, that's really frustrating. Whatever I just did, I hate everything.
Next time you go, could you pick up some peanut butter and chocolate sauce?
Next time you go, could you pick up some peanut butter and chocolate sauce? It says peanut butter MC. Stop smoking this weed. It was not stop smoking weed this week. Now I toycat tax. It's a much better habit for you, let me tell you. Okay, so chat, I accidentally made my Minecraft window. I don't know how this happened, but it's made itself too big for me to play on. So I have to make it smaller, and then, okay, how do I check that my Minecraft is the right size? The hotbar is tiny right now. So we're gonna just, oh, you can make, look at me, I'm wide Minecraft. I didn't realize that it just automatically adjusts for my sizing right here. So the way we check that this is correct is we look at a square, and if the square is wider than it is tall, then we know it's not correct. You also press F8 to hide the paper doll. Wait, hiding the paper doll is an option in Bedrock? Oh. Today I learned. Today I learned. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna make Minecraft really wide. Isn't it fun that this is an option too? So, okay, first of all, we'll put the paper doll back. Oh, that's why sometimes you have that's why sometimes the coordinates are down there and sometimes they're up there. I've always wondered why some people have it like that. Oh, man, I have never decided to, like, who needs to hide the paper doll? Who's in the situation where that's required? Oh, wow. Look at this, chat. Oh, so the paper doll is what we call the, you know, now that I think about it, paper doll is a weird term for it, right? But in the top left above my coordinates, you can see that's where that goes. So now I have to just fix my aspect ratio with no reference points. I've recently made a world tour video and linked you in the description. Just wanted to say thank you for being such an inspiration. You're welcome, J Wolfio. I hope it's a good world tour. I hope that you were excited to make it, because that's what really matters, right? Having a want to share things of the world and having that desire hopefully be fulfilled. My hotbar is just too tiny, chat. Okay, there we go. It's a big hotbar now. Is this the right size Minecraft? I don't even know how I would find out, to be honest with you. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up another Minecraft. And then I'll just compare the two Minecraft sizes. Okay, the other Minecraft is much wider. So it's like all the way over here. Okay, so now we close the other Minecraft. I wonder if it'll switch you over to that. No, it doesn't. Okay. Hello. I'm having a bad stream start, internet. But I'm gonna persevere. I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay. You know, do we even need a stream? We could go back to. We could just start farming things again. We could live on a big farm somewhere. Someone could cook. Someone could clean. Someone could go hunt animals, and someone could look after people. You know. You know, in modern day society, we have too few doctors. Do you think if you lived in a medieval tribe of like 20 people, do you think it'd be like, oh yeah, we need, you know, I hate to tell you this, Johnny, but we got too many people on the hunting. We need you to retrain into the medical fields. I bet that is how it happens. Okay, chat, does it look fine? Does Minecraft look normal right now? I don't know how I would test to confirm, but it looks fine. Are we fixed? Would you say? I think it's fixed. I think my chat's frozen. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, it's unfrozen. Toycat came here to say my husband loves the coffee mug. Nothing more romantic than facing our mutual mortality together first thing in the morning. Your stream is great no matter what the aspect ratio. Thank you, Melissa Williams. I really appreciate comments like yours. They are the things that get me through the days. Okay. Hello! I'm ibxtoycat, and welcome back from the live stream on the internet. Today, I'm gonna... Okay, we can do it. We can do this. Hello. I'm a bee. And where's the bee? And I'm an X. Because I'm not a toy cat anymore, I'm a person. Okay, let's do it. Hello, I'm ibxtoycat, and today I'm going to be mining a mountain, but again, because this is my world without an end, and I would like to fill it up with something a little unique, I think ice would be a great fit for it. However, first thing first, I only have a fortune pickaxe right now, which is usually much better than a silk touch one. It's kind of sad to have to trade it out, but trade it out is what I must do today, and so I'm going down to my enchantment table, after I kill a creeper, hopefully. I'm going down to my enchantment table, and I'm hoping that I can get it. I've got 2 attempts, one at 34 and then one at 31, and if I don't get silk touch by then, oh actually let's go grab some more lapis on the way down. You know, it feels like we could do with some of this, right? Oh, in fact, another level, wonderful. Might get me a 3rd enchantment and another big chance to get this. Also, look how much lapis you get. It's just ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, I have a ridiculous need for silk touch because I want to use the ice that I find to make my end into a bit of a fun place to be. I have a blank slate there to build on, and I intend to do precisely that. So we're gonna put my grindstone over here. I'm gonna disenchant. This hurts to do, internet. I don't want to do it, but I must do it. And so let's go. Okay, let's put. Also, do you remember when you have to do the intro every time you restart the speedrun? You know, I do actually. Oh, I don't want fortune. Okay, chat. I get 1 more opportunity, unless actually. Oh, I get probably 2 more if you look at my experience. Okay, so I've got a blank netherite pickaxe. This has to be silk. It's not silk touch. So maybe I'm better off. If I know that's not silk touch, I'll go efficiency 1. Immediately disenchant it. And then try this again. Okay. Chat, will this also have silk touch on it? No, it won't. Okay, so now we are in a bit of a pickle. I think it's not worth disenchanting it until I know I have the experience. So we're gonna go back up to the surface. It's a bit of a burn. I might have destroyed this place looking for books earlier. Hey,
This was the perfect moment to join the stream.
Wow, you actually joined the stream at just the right time. We started about 4 minutes ago. Definitely not 40 minutes, and we haven't been having technical difficulties today. No, siree. As anyone who's watching this live, or rather in the VOD form can tell, this live stream has just begun, and there is, you know, like most good things in life, there are no issues for it, because ultimately, everything in life will eventually lead to challenges. And so this challenge is one that I am taking upon myself. So my first bet is, okay, so aren't you more likely to get Silk Touch than Fortune on Bedrock? I think significantly more. So I'm going to use the copper ingots, which I happen to have loaded up right here, as my way to get my Neverite pickaxe turned into a better one. It looks like if I've got enough furnaces that I could probably do this a few times. So I'm feeling pretty good about my odds of getting, you know, Silk Touch on the next one. Not getting it 3 times in a row, that's pretty unlikely. So by the time turn 4 comes around, you know it's gonna, oh, for God's sake. Okay, so we're just gonna not grab it again. I'm gonna grab efficiency 1, and then we're gonna reclimb this, and we're gonna keep on going till we get Silk Touch. It is a weird thing, the way odds work in Minecraft. Just like flipping a coin, just because you flip a coin 10 times doesn't mean you're guaranteed a heads. You know, it gets more and more likely, but likelihood does not equal probability. And so in the same way, as you can see, I must do a lot of work if I intend to get my hands on some stuff, which you better believe I do. So there's no easy experience in here. So we're going to just use the rest of my furnaces. We might even go all the way up to level 33. And yeah, that's the whole scoop. So you should build a giant bowl of beans and use raw copper blocks for the beans. I do have a lot of raw copper blocks. I could make the UK's national dish. Honestly, why am I not doing that? Could use dark oak for the bread. Would look really good. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do my intro every 10 seconds today. Do have to say. So we'll throw that in there, and I'll just grab the rest of the copper from the furnaces here. There's a healthy amount of experience to be gathered here, and so I'll just gather it all. Perfect. And then we'll go right back down tomorrow, and I'll try it again. And if that doesn't work, then you know what? I've run out of options, and so I don't know what the plan is, chat. The plan is that it just magically works, okay? Because it's the way it has to be. So going back downstairs. How unfortunate to get Fortune. Yeah, it's weird. Getting Fortune is usually the one you have to struggle for. You get Silk Touch a few times first. But I guess that could be perception. I feel like the guarantees basically are unbreaking. And please, game, don't taunt me again. Don't. Yes! Silk Touch. It's just Silk Touch. Kind of a bummer, but you know, compared to not getting it, it's better than that. You know, compared to the other opportunity outcomes, this is going pretty well, you could say. You know, compared to not going well, things are doing pretty good right now. Actually, you know, there's a second library in this stronghold that I've never gone for. So now is way too late to find out. But I'm a big believer in the idea that sometimes you need to do things wrong to realize why you should do them right the next time. And so let's go find it. I believe I know where it is, but I only have vibes to follow. Is it over here? It's not over here. It's a big, you know, this is a big stronghold right here. I'm not gonna find it. You know, therefore, it doesn't exist. Therefore, this was the best thing to do. I made the right call, and I should feel really good about myself, because I can go and mine a mountain now. I can only mine up to about 1,500 blocks or so before my pickaxe basically dies. So I have to make do with about 1,500 packed ice blocks, which means whatever plans I have for my ice in the end, I need to scale down to match accordingly. That's kind of tricky, but I'll see if it works.
Me attempting to stream Minecraft on Discord on my university-issued laptop, thinking quality equivalent your streaming problems is fine, then watching your stream. Rude awakening, frog.
I think that I'm sorry that you had some technical difficulties. I'm glad they've gone away, is what I am taking away from it, though. Why does it say Silk Touch 1? Are there multiple tiers of Silk Touch? I've always thought it's interesting that Minecraft does that for level 1 enchantments. Although I don't have any others on me right now. So, you know, basically, you have to take my word for it, but that's how they do it. And it does feel a bit weird, you're right. But lots of things feel weird, and yet they happen regardless, huh? So put these all in there, put the copper over there, and the copper is still part of the grand plan, don't you worry, Internet. But for now, we've got to focus on our other grand plan, which is... Oh, we got another iron sword. Let's pick that out, because I could probably do with having a sword to defend myself. All of the lapis is going to go in here, because I probably don't need it. All of the gold is going to go in here. And we're going to have to find some food. So, pre-stream, I spent a little bit of time, definitely wasn't streaming, was just chilling by myself. I spent a little bit of time trying to get some rabbits into a house, although the house didn't work, so I put them into the pen. And so we're going to continue that right now. I've got the carrots, as you can see right here. I just have to lure the carrots into this cage, which should be really easy to do, because you know, honestly, rabbits are stupid. If I can show you that right now. Just gotta have him bounce over here. You can jump that high, so just jump over here, buddy. Just jump over the fence. Okay, he doesn't want to. He only wants to jump around in water, apparently. Can they jump away from me? They can't. Okay, so come in here. Come in here. In you come. No, don't leave. Come inside. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. There's a hole over here. Nope, he's stupid. Okay, so we're gonna put a dirt block over there. And then we're gonna re-carrot up. And we're just going to see what animals we can find. I don't know where my black rabbit has gone either. He's over there. You know, this sucks. I don't like rabbits as food. They should be good food, but they just are not. Go get yourself a superior food source, Internet. Get you one that doesn't bounce around and isn't so... Okay, I'm just going to leave through here. There we go. I came in with one rabbit and I left with one rabbit despite all of that time. And that is why I do not care for them. It's just Silk Touch on Java, if I recall correctly. That'd be interesting if they do just call it Silk Touch on Java, as you purport, Dasher. As you claim, you know, allegedly. But no, yeah, that would be really quite surprising to me. I'm going to bring a chest with me in case I need to store stuff over there. Because, yeah, so this is kind of fun. I'm in kind of mid-game Minecraft right now. I don't have access to shulker boxes or anything like that. And so if I want to get my hands on a lot of stuff and I want to store it somewhere, I've got to use a chest boat, I think is the most reasonable form of transportable storage. Or I could use a donkey if I had a saddle. But yeah, you've got to actually think about different options for that, which is kind of fun in my opinion. So where is the ice, says Xavier? The ice is on a mountain. A fun fact about mountains is they're cold at the top and warm at the bottom. I don't know about that second bit, but I know the first bit. It feels true, so it must be. So, yeah, let's go to the top of the mountain and let's mine ourselves some blocks. So I specifically want to get as many packed ice and blue ice as possible. Every regular ice block that I mine is a personal failure. It will make me feel bad about myself, and it will make me question, should I even exist to begin with? So, yeah, apparently Silk Touch 1 is a Bedrock exclusive. Well, you know, at least Bedrock is preparing for the logical update to this. Also, oh, this is bad, huh? You know, unlike Java, which is unprepared in the slightest. You know, when Bedrock gets Silk Touch 2 as an exclusive, that's when you're gonna have to feel bad. So I'm just gonna stack up through this. Oh, you can't jump. You know, I don't like powdered snow. It never works how you figure it would. It only works annoyingly. Okay, so this is packed ice. I'll confirm. And we only want to mine packed ice or blue ice. I don't think you find blue ice around here. But I don't think a lot of things. So it's very much a problem. I blame the rabbits. You know what, Martin Searing? I agree that you should blame the rabbits for all your problems. You should blame the rabbits for the economic crisis in the world. Have you noticed how inflation's being, like, you know, like things cost a lot more than they used to. Then nothing's going down in price. They only seem to ever go up, huh? That's because of rabbits. Just how rabbits go up. You never see a rabbit do an anti-jump, do you? You never see one start real high and then end up real low. That is the same way that inflation works. And it's pretty suspicious if you ask me. You ever see a rabbit complain about economic hard times? I think that the rabbits are in the 1%, secretly controlling the world so that the rest of us have to work harder, you know, for slightly less of the same goods that we had before. It seems utterly ridiculous if you ask me. Do you have leather boots? Yeah, I probably should have put some leather boots on. I could have just got some, but I didn't got some. And that's something that will haunt me forever. So yeah, just all this packed ice is what we'll get today. I will make tons of inventory slots for it. This is something I recommend doing if you want to have a lot of stuff and you're worried about picking up garbage. Preemptively fill your inventory, and now you can only fill it with the stuff you want. It's a bummer if you find diamonds or something, but I think at Y136, my odds of doing that are very low. By the way, pre-stream, I found something fun. Have you ever wondered, chat, why sometimes the coordinates are like up there, but sometimes they're like up there? It's because of the F8 key. You can hide the paper doll. Which still, I do question why it's called a paper doll. But yeah, very, very fun thing. I like learning about Minecraft. I've been playing the game for, 13, 14 years now. And I'm still surprised that I learn some things every day. Like, for example, I only learned just yesterday that you can full screen Minecraft Bedrock with the F11 key. Like, that's a Java command, but they moved it over to Bedrock very handily. Although I don't know who plays games in full screen anymore. Maybe I'm unique for not, but speaking of unique for not, I woke up at 6 AM for this, so it's only right that I pay my tax while I'm here. Hey, thank you, Says, or S-E-Z. I assume that's pronounced Says. Is there a better way to pronounce that, would you say? But thank you very much for the tip. I appreciate it. I've been having a rough stream getting things going. When everything's just not working, sometimes you just feel like, ugh, what am I doing here? Why am I involved? Also, I mined a regular ice block. Personal failing. Look at this piece of junk. I've got 2 of them. Ugh, terrible. So yeah, I get a water bucket and wash the powdered snow away. I hate that stuff. You're right, actually. Let's do it. Goodbye, powdered snow. Goodbye, regular snow. Let's just get rid of it all. I don't need it, and so let's not have it. Is there a way to actually make it do this? Also, it's interesting that it doesn't go over here, huh? I wonder why not. There we go. That's what I want. So by getting rid of all of the snow, we're going to make sure that it's easier for us to mine the ice which is underneath it. In particular, right here, you can see... I guess we'll put some there where it has to flow multiple directions, right? You can see just how much easier it is to mine this patch, for example, and also not mine all of the regular ice. The gross, terrible regular ice. So rabbits are the reason I've spent 5 years at my current job, says Diamond the Cat. Exactly. Rabbits are responsible for all the world's ills. There is one thing I'm noticing. When the world goes through hard times, that's when we look for people to blame. A lot of people try to argue that we're always out to do it, and maybe that's because everyone's going through some hard times. But when we're collectively having it, we have to be like, wait a minute, what happened here? How did things get worse? And it's so much easier to blame a group, like an idea, effectively, nebulously, than it is to blame a person. I've noticed that if you ever speak to anyone in your family, like even someone who gets like hyper political, if you ever try to be in the group of people that they were hating against, they wouldn't hate you. I assume it's if you've got a good family member. They'd be like, well, yeah, it's fine. The way you're doing it, that's not the bad thing. It's when these people do the thing. When they do the blank 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 bad bad bad. And that like is telling to me that like, yeah, on an individual level, we're pretty good at like excusing our worst flaws. And on a family level, we can just about get away with it. Also, that is correct. Says is short for Sarah. There is no way Says is short for Sarah, Says. That is ridiculous. That's not how names work. You can't, there's no E in Sarah. There's no Z in Sarah. I can't say that Apple is short for Andrew. You'd say no, Andrew. That's not how that works at all, actually. You know, like, oh yeah, do you want to know what my shorthand name for Dasher is when I can't say her name because it's a bit too long? What I'll just say is I'll call her Cherry, because like it's a similar, like Dasher is a name that has 5 letters and Cherry has like one of those letters, probably the same. The Y kind of sounds like an A, and so it's like no, you can't have one letter shared between your real name and your nickname. Then it's not a nickname. Then that's just a new name you've created for yourself. Although actually, one of the things I think is so cool is you can just make a new name whenever you feel like it. Also, not every family is supportive, says Beth Altet. Yeah, I think that, okay, I do agree that there's lots of people within, lots of families that aren't. I would honestly say that that is actually one of the biggest things that leads people to be anti, you know, like, I know, like, I don't know what the word would be, but one of the things that leads people to seek out alternative, like, family alternatives, basically, right? Is when your family sucks to you for basically no good reason. And it's a weird thing because it should be one of the fundamental things that leads to people being successful is having a supportive family there for them, basically. Like having people who are checks on you when you're doing bad, but also are there to praise you and lift you up when you're doing good. But a lot of people focus on just one of those two things. And even, you know, I think maybe being too supportive it has downsides, but what is much worse is when people are always criticizing. If you, when someone gives you feedback and that feedback is always positive or always negative, it means it's not really giving you feedback. It's just becoming a, you know, it's just you say a thing and they say the thing they're meant to right back. It's, in my opinion, unless you have a mixture of both, there's no value to either. If you could hear that, like, oh yeah, so you've just joined the circus and you're gonna be cutting off your arms so you can be the one-armed man, that sounds great. You do that, you know, like that. That is probably someone being not supportive, right? Or that's someone being supportive in a way that is actively harmful. And in the same way, if someone says to you, like, oh yeah, here's this thing I've been considering for years, it's really important to me that I live my life loving or being this person, and they're like, nah. Or if you say, yeah, actually, I've been taking classes on, you know, being a scientist, and they're like, you're never going to amount to anything. Like, I feel like that is actually one of the biggest things that leads people into negative outcomes for themselves and into spaces where they feel like, yeah, because I feel like the smallest effective, you know, the thing I was saying about, like, oh yeah, people are very forgiving for themselves. They're pretty forgiving for their family, and they have this hatred in their heart for people who do the wrong things on a societal level. I think you get a little bit of that. You kind of need that in reverse. You need to love yourself on some decent level, or you won't go well in society. And you need to have. So I'm going to put some of this down. I'm going to bring a bed with me too. If you hate yourself, you are cutting off the #1 source of, you know, love and affection that some people will get. Ooh, what do I do? Too busy of a chest right here. And similarly, you know, if I just throw this on the ground, then I can move that up there, and then I can put another packed ice slot in there, just so I have one more thing. Also, defacing endangered land for capital gain, blame rabbits. Exactly. You know, here's the thing I don't get, right? You know, surely all we gotta do is like, oh no, those people are gonna, you know, like, endanger all of our land, and they're gonna do so for the benefit of relatively few people. Everyone just needs to say, look, give us a cut. Just give us our cut, and we won't mind. Like, oh, do you want to drill in this, like, national beauty park? Okay, $17. Give that to every man, woman, and child of this country. Okay, you can have it. You can have the pipeline. You can have that little section. It's yours. I'm just saying. So anyway, yeah, I would love to. I think if you can, I think because a lot of people, if you can't get self-love, you'll try and find a version of it out there, which might be more dangerous and less easy to find. Oh, wow. Oh, my water has done this, chat. Oh. Is that bad? It's probably bad. I'll put a chest down, and I'll store it all in there, because maybe I want some pink blossom later, you know? It's a lot of pink blossom that I've accidentally destroyed. The biome looks so sad about it, but we've got to do. Sorry for destroying the land, but chat, your $17 will be in the mail very shortly. I go to my licensed therapist for exceptional therapy, and it costs money. I go to ToyCat live streams for mediocre therapy, but it costs 0 monies, except the optional ToyCat tax. You know what? I think you'll find that I am the best therapist, and you know why I'm the best therapist? It's because I don't claim to be a therapist, and I don't claim to solve anyone's problems, and then I don't solve the problems. So I stay true to my word too. Whereas, you know, by the end of a therapy session, if you're not fundamentally fixed as a person, you should be like, you know, you gotta question the value for money you're getting there. Anyway, speaking of questioning value for money, I think I am finally on the right and good with these cooked pork chops. So I'll have food for the rest of the stream, which is good. Also, yeah, I'm destroying the environment today. Tell me you're gonna make ice spikes in the end. I would love to make ice spikes in the end, Dasher, but I have a slightly more fun idea, if you'll believe it. I know that sounds crazy, but it is in fact my plan. Okay, so I want 17 euros if you can even ship them. You know what? I can ship whatever I want to ship if I just pay the environmental fees. I think the plan here, by the way, is to grab a bunch of packed ice so I can take it to my end. I have a really fun idea for it. I want to use it to make my endless end into a bit of a mini game of sorts, and so that's my plan. It's gonna go well. It's gonna go good. I'm gonna have a real good time. And I'm gonna solve your problems as we go along the way, Internet. So yeah, this weekend I beat my first Woodland Mansion, says Mr. Lowe. Hey, congratulations! I hope that it was a good beating. If it was a good beating, then good job. If it wasn't a good beating, what do you gotta do to make it a good beating? Also, did it snow here while I was gone or something? Or am I in a different mountain right now? Oh, no, it was over there that I was mining before, right? Maybe? I have no idea how you keep track of what you are and aren't mining in Minecraft. Oh, here we go. This is where I was. You can tell because there's a lot of exposed stone. I want to expose as much stone as I can without having to mine regular ice. On big projects like this, when you need like 1,000 ice or something like that, sometimes it can be hard to like work out what to mine or how to do it, because you know this mountain contains tens of thousands of bits of ice. So basically, I'm just coming in here in a way that will leave the most impact. But you could similarly do something where you leave the least impact. If you just try to mine ice blocks, like one away from the surface, or in caves, or at angles you won't see them very often, you could also leave the least impact. But yeah, $17, so glad my Toycat stock is paying off. But no, yeah, I do think that the important thing about speaking to someone, you know, like the joke about like, oh yeah, this is like therapy. I do think that, you know, using having a parasocial relationship as an alternative therapy is a bad thing on the surface. It's also kind of fair to say that most people use friendships as an alternative, so it's just one level removed from that in terms of bad. And so, you know, much worse, or... I think it's only bad if you don't acknowledge the parasocialness, which is why I have to do precisely that right now. Toycat says, I won't do a thing because I can't do the thing, but I never said that I could. Yeah, exactly. You know that I'm not... There's two ways that you can deliver on your word. One of those ways is to promise big and deliver big every single time. The other way is to admit, look, I'm not promising big right here. I am delivering reasonable amounts that a reasonable person can hopefully provide. Hopefully you get it from the stream. That's the plan. That's all it is. It's better than using ChatGPT as therapy. I would love to know what therapy ChatGPT would give in this situation right here. I bet it would be good. I bet it would be real good. I bet we'd all be mind blown by how good the therapy from ChatGPT can be. So, yeah, those partial snow blocks don't naturally generate on powdered snow, so you can use those to see when it's safe. Yeah, that is the useful way. They can't even like pour on there or anything like that. It's a whole thing. It's a very useful pro tip if you're in this place and you need to work out what you're gonna be doing. And to answer your question, funny stuff, bro, this is my endless end world. It is a world that has no end, I mean that in the most literal sense of it. It's kind of an ongoing project that I've just been kind of doing in the background. It's fun to have a second kind of world that's actively going, and so this is that, in case you're curious. I currently writing a paper. Oh, okay, it's gonna come up as a tip. I'm excited to read it though, Martin Shearing. The tips are usually faster, but today, you know, YouTube servers, some issues. So we'll wait. We'll casually. It'll show up soon. We'll trust the process. It'll deliver. I don't know what's going on. I'm just crying. Says Zo Gocha. One of the things that really confuses me about the internet is people say I'm literally crying, but they don't mean I'm literally crying.
Currently writing a paper on differential treatment in Gen X parents. Influence from their parents / history / culture. Impact on subsequent generations. How those affected will parent their kids.
I think one of the most bizarre things that I'm coming to realize is how much like, I've always been vaguely aware of, like, how much of a difference your upbringing makes to your life. But it's kind of sunk in over the last, you know, like, I know, like, seeing people post-school is where it gets really interesting. That, like, oh, yeah, there are people who manage to escape, but there is a huge amount of, like, how well your parents do and how much your parents care and how much effort your parents put into you is a big part of what leads to your success. Because I used to think one of the most insane things to me is people pay tens of thousands, like, a year to send their children to private school. And it's like, I don't know what return you would have to get to justify spending, you know, like about $500,000 on a child over their lifetime. Like, it seems impossible to me. But then you see that, like, oh yeah, actually, there's a lot of effort that kind of just counts just because it is the way that it is. You know, I'm being really ungood wording today. There's a word for that. Unarticulate today. But I think there's a fascinating concept in how much of your life comes down to the environments that you find yourself in. Facebook died earlier. Weird times. Yeah, from what I heard, a lot of social media companies are all having issues today. I wonder if there's I wonder if that is because they use the same servers, and there's just like a big server problem, or if it's on like the demand end. If there's some big issue with too many people going to websites. I don't know why there'd be more people on websites today. The 5th of March, 2024. Doesn't feel correct. Also, yeah, so I'm going to this beautiful landscape and I'm stealing the pack dice so that I may use it in my end. I am very excited about that, by the way. Do you want to come along for the journey? Let's do it. Okay, so private school is more of a status thing, I think. Yeah, that's all I can conclude is that you send your children to people go to private school so they can meet other people who are at private school. And, you know, those people have parents who can send them to private school. And so it's got to be something like that. Also, my parents put a lot of effort into me. Private school, etc. I'm 26, depressed and unemployed. Rip them. Oh, you went to private school, Xavier? How was that? That's cool. That's fun. I don't know anyone who's been to private school. You clearly don't have a upper class enough group of friends. The return on investment for private school seems to consist mainly of socially awkward children who become socially awkward adults with lifelong trauma. You know, very, very negative take right there, Shelby Zimmerman. Okay, so I'm going to go down. In my country, private schools offer a better quality of education than public schools, unfortunately. I think in theory it can in every country, right? It's like hospitals. Like public and private hospitals vary a lot. There are some really good private hospitals in the world, but there are also some really good public ones in the world. And there's some really bad private hospitals, and we all know there's some bad public hospitals. So I'm gonna go to the end now, I think, but I need some wood first. So I'll go chop down some of these trees. Let's be honest. Actually, should I have got some cherry trees while I was there? Yeah, I'll get some cherry trees. I think pink goes well with blue. So we'll chop down a ton of cherry trees. And we'll bring it with us too. I went to private school, and the only con was there wasn't much diversity, and I only really was able to expand my worldview through college. See, it's interesting. So now it sounds like someone put a lot of money into you going to one of these exclusive places where you could be around exclusive people, and you're like, but that was the opposite of what I needed. I think that is an eye-opening viewpoint. But yeah, it's there's a lot of things like that where I'm big on like value, like how much money do you put into a thing versus how much do you get out of it. You get me? Like something that costs 10 times as much isn't just better because it costs 10 times as much. It needs to be some decent amount better to be justifiable, right? I assume everyone has at least some amount of sharing of that opinion, that you wouldn't spend more on something that was exactly the same. I think a lot of people would, though, when it comes to all of these other factors that make people buy things. Like if there's I guess the classic example would be a phone. Like you can buy a phone that does all the same things, and there's a phone that like it started as like a fashion accessory basically, right? Like the side of the phones that has one of the letters of the alphabet at the start. By having that phone, it's like a cool status symbol. It's like it's the rich person's phone. It's the cool person's phone. It does all these fun things, and then after a while, that's where your reasons start. And then your reasons just become like, I don't want to learn how to use the other one. All my stuff is stuck here. All my files are in the cloud, and all my like in the same way. Maybe that's why a lot of people buy overly expensive things. Like I don't know for sure. But yeah, I look at stuff like education and say, yeah, there's a version of this you get for free, and there's a lot of people who do better in the free one than the paid one. So I don't know about that. I had a friend who would never admit he was rich, but he was because he got to go into private school just to avoid doing exams one year. It's weird that you can do that, but it's how he could do it. Anyway, so we went into private school one year, and he had a very big house. Like looking back, didn't properly realize it, but yeah, one of the things is that, like, he said, like, yeah, the private school was basically the same. Like, he didn't have any, like, overwhelmingly positive feelings towards it. And that's, like, £10,000 or something to just spend on, like, didn't really improve my life in any way. Which is hard for me to imagine. There were, like, 5 people in my private school, and 3 of them were in my year. I'm black, autistic, have ADHD, came from Nigeria. Going to a private school here was awful for me. Couldn't take advantage of it, etc. Oh, I imagine it's there's a lot of people who are in some form of circumstance where I think being so first of all, like in case it's interesting to you, I think autism and ADHD are very similar symptoms or similar like groups of people. Like a lot of people who describe themselves as one have symptoms of the other, or they have overlapping symptoms, whichever way you want to see it. I guess I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to make some grand medical point. I have an Apple, short for Andrew phone. Thank you, Dasha. High quality reference. But I want to say that the interesting thing is that it is hard to like. There's a lot of parts of life that are harder. Like I think in ways that people don't truly appreciate. Like I don't know, like finding rejection dozens of times harder, or like finding certain circumstances overwhelming. Where you're like, man, it sure sucks that it be like this for me, but for some other people it not be like this. But I hope that I'm just gonna put my cherry saplings. I don't have any need for them. I'll just throw them in here. That's where they can live happily, I'm sure. And then I'll go to the end of my crafting table. So spoiler alert, chat, I did defeat the Ender Dragon on this world recently. It's gone pretty well so far, thank you for asking. But yeah, now I'm gonna take my stuff in there. Okay, so I think this is where the dragon is. A lot of symptoms do overlap. The thing is though is, okay, so let's break it down a step, because this is one of the messy things about the world of health. So what is it to have a illness, a mental illness or otherwise? And it's like, well, having an illness means you have a thing with a name. I have the flu, means that I have the flu virus inside of me. But then we have things that are a bit more heritable. So when you have ADHD, you don't have the ADHD virus inside of you, I assume. If you do, stay away. But you don't have, like, you have a certain set of ailments which are together described as one thing. But really that just means that we have a collection of symptoms that we try to describe the same way. If you get me? And when you look at how broad some of those symptoms can be, the range of what it can mean to be attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or whatever you want to say, the range of symptoms that can include give you hugely different groups of people, and it goes different by gender too. It's fascinating. But yeah, and so if there are huge diversities within that group, and then there's overlap between that group and another group, there's a lot of people who find themselves and just like, yeah, I have these things, but the group doesn't represent me. And so, yeah, let's go to the end, by the way. That's the kind of mess I'm trying to vaguely describe poorly. So now my plan, now that I'm in the end, is I'm going to use this island right here. I guess I'm just going to have to dig it out, because, like, look at the place I find myself in. Yeah, I'm just gonna dig a big old hole this way. Maybe put some ice down below me. And I want people to be able to get into the end and then immediately be packed ice riding. So maybe we'll go one block up. Or we could mine into this, I guess. Yeah, let's do it. You know, I got some cherry planks. Let's turn them into some stairs. So we'll make this into a crafting table. I've got to be so careful not to uncrouch, by the way. And we'll just make some cherry stairs. It's been a while since I've used them. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm glad to hear. I'm sure the fight was epic. Yeah, the fight was one of the most ridiculous fights I've had with the dragon. It was an experience. Is how I would describe it, I guess. I had an experience with the Ender Dragon. And now she is gone. Thankfully, she is gone. So, yeah, we're going to need a lot of cherry planks to pull off my vision. Honestly, I don't think I've ever used cherry for planks. Maybe I should. Maybe it's worth doing. But I have not done so. And then let's turn the end stone into end stone stairs. And then we can do like a fun... We could do like a staircase which alternates between the two, maybe. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do it. Let's have... So, then we'll mine the next layer out. And have these be end stairs. And another one of not end stairs will be great. Please use the term traits and not symptoms. Yeah. I mean, but it's the same idea, right? You're stigmatizing symptoms by describing a trait as a trait and not as a symptom. We are in medical lingo. I guess you could say there's negative and positive things. But genuinely, right, there are lots of things that are positive that are actually negative. So, like, I don't know, your blood thinning is or your blood clotting is a really good thing in general, but sometimes your blood will clot and cause you to die. And it's like, well, it'd be silly to call blood clotting good or bad. It is whatever you want it to be. And it is, therefore, I would argue, a symptom. I love the cherry obsidian combo. I guess it's kind of pink and purple. It almost works well together. Let's take some cherry blocks. Let's make like a row of slabs around here, actually. Okay, so 36 slabs. That should be enough to do a decent amount of what I want to do. So we'll have a block there. And it'll kind of come into a block over here. Remember to remember. Always remember to remember. But yeah, anyway, my point is just to say that, like, every medical thing, every medical term is made up. And I know that's not very useful, but in the same way that numbers are made up, right? Like, they have a meaning, but we decided to name them. We decided to say that this is that, and you know, like, I guess there is actually a debate about, was maths created or discovered? Internet, what do you think? Was maths discovered or was it invented? But I am a walking symptom. it depends what we're talking about. If it's traits is more fitting, depression, anxiety seem fit with symptoms more. But that's what I'm saying. You're making some value judgment about positive or negative, where I think it's quite hard to accurately do so. Maybe wrongly so, but I think saying there is a universal positivity is a thing. Symptoms seems like a temporary thing. Traits are more inherently part of you. Yeah, I think that's a fair place to draw the line if you were going to say that if you permanently have something, it's a trait, and if you temporarily have it, it's a symptom. But like temporarily, I can feel hyperactive, and permanently, I can have I don't know, like head pain or hearing issues, and so that's the I don't know. We spend a lot of time talking about language for things. Autism, ADHD have a lot of diagnostic criteria that doctors define as symptoms, while some neurodivergent people prefer the term traits. Yeah, I'm not here to pick a side in the fight. I'm not saying one way is better than the other. I'm saying it's all describing the same thing. Like I think a lot of people get caught up in language when they have a much more important issue underneath it, right? One of the things that I think is the biggest problem in how many people perceive the world, even to go really, really far with you, internet, is we use language as a tool not to convey meaning, but to convey, oh, we're just below the surface here. You know, that's nice, actually. We'll mine out the ceiling, too. But using language to convey not meaning, but instead convey sides. Picking sides in conflicts and having tribes is really important. Tribe-based language it sucks that we do it, but we do it. That's fine. It's acceptable, I guess. But the wild thing to me is we start to use languages to but you don't need to have an opinion about whether, I don't know, being autistic is a strength or a weakness is some, actually, although I think it's fun, one of the fun debates that I think is like hugely controversial to people, but not to me, is like if you could take a pill and it would remove it would remove all of that from the world, would you take it? Like, I think I first heard this like a decade ago for like, if you could just, if there was a cure, if there was like a pill that would make you not gay, not feel, I guess maybe the modern version would be not feel dysphoria, right? If you could do that, would that be, would that be bad for the world? Would that be good for the world? Because there are lots of things that are different that, like, the way we define as to whether it's, like, a good or a bad difference is, like, well, is it, like, solvable, for lack of a better word? Like, if it can be, changed, then it's a, also, I don't feel comfortable sitting this close to an edge, to be honest. I think that's the criteria a lot of people use. But I think the place that falls down is if we eventually could have a cure for everything, or a treatment for everything, or whatever else. So if you could have every neurodivergency in the world, as someone diagnosed with ADHD, I'm in the symptoms of a traits camp personally. Yeah, I think it depends on, I guess, whether... but then there's a broader discussion underneath that, right? Dude, there is a pill that makes you not feel dysphoria. So that's... it might, right? It's got a good chance. It's the best bet we have. But it's like saying a painkiller will stop you feeling pain. Have you ever taken a painkiller, by the way? I think the name is so ridiculously misleading. As a trans woman, I'd 100% take it and get on my life about dysphoria. It sucks, says Clover SP. See, I think that's really interesting, Clover. I'm sorry to hear that you get you get that if you don't want it. It sounds like you do not if you would take a pill. But the really interesting underlying thought there is that, is it, because whether you see it as a symptom or as a trait, whether you see it as a thing that would ideally be gone or whether it's a part of what makes you great, all that comes down to, at some point, whether it is better to have, whether the world is better or worse by having people be in similar situations. Also, I haven't made it to a Toycat stream in a while, says Harrison Panner. Good to see you, Harrison Panner. You know what? I didn't know we needed a second Harrison, but I'll totally accept it for you. Hope you're having a wonderful day, friend. I wouldn't remove a huge part of someone without their consent. Oh, yeah, I'm saying would people take it themselves, right? You should never... Like, I think in the... You should never do anything to anyone without their consent, broadly speaking. I hope that's... could be wrong. But I think that's an accepted truth, I hope. But, oh, wow, look at that. I always forget just how fun ice actually is. So now let's make ourselves a chest. It's a shame it's not a cherry chest, right? It probably could be, but it's not. I'll just put the chest right here, and then I can put boats in it later. So make sure it faces the right way. In fact, let's make sure we have some boats right now. So we'll make 4 boats. Boat 1, boat 2, boat 3, boat 4. And that way we just can always play the game later. And yeah, let's do this. So I've taken a painkiller once. It didn't work all that well, says I'm what I torture. More of a pain reducer. Even pain reducer, I feel like it's a pain mildly effector. Right? Like, I don't know. If I could take a pill to remove my dysphoria entirely, then I would, even if it made me not the gender I am now, to be honest. It causes me a lot of stress, to be honest, as NPC cat. Yeah, I think conversely, I think that's I think it's a surprisingly brave position to have. I think a lot of people would say that, like, no, this is the better way to be. I also hear some concerning noises. It's probably nothing. I would, but yeah, the underlying question is a bit deeper in there, right? And that is like, well, to what extent is it a problem? You know, I know, I guess, to what extent is blank a problem versus a different way to be? Because if you think about it, like, we didn't do a very good job on anything. Oh, we're gonna have to go right through an obsidian pillar soon, aren't we? Oh yeah, I messed this one up bad, chat. I messed this one up real bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to mine right through it. There's no other way. I could turn this into a little ice pillar, I guess. Because I wanted to have a little game. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check. I hear some concerning noises. Yeah, I'm gonna see what's happening. One sec, internet. Okay, so I'm gonna sit in a little box. I'm just gonna see what's happening, because it's really quite concerning. Hello. You can make a curve around that pillar, says I am what I torture. That's a really cool idea. I'm going to pretend that I wasn't talking about something more serious when I left. Yeah, there was some really concerning banging at the door. I assumed it was one of my neighbors being mad at my style jumps earlier. Like, I don't actually know whether I rarely hear my neighbors. So I assume they don't hear me. But yeah, every time I get a knock at a time I'm not expecting, it's always a neighbor, or it's a crazy human being. I've never had the crazy human being, thankfully. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna probably remove this big Nevrac stack soon, and we're gonna just make the. I agree with the idea. If we make 2 separate pathways, it'd be kind of cool to then bring it back together around this pillar. That Enderman really wants in Toycat's box. You know, bet Jamo, there's a very concerning set of words you just said right there. I hope the Enderman does not get in my box. So yeah, at some point we're gonna have to bridge this over. I guess we'll use blue ice at the point of the change. That might be a lot of fun. Okay, so if we want people to come back into the center, we're gonna have to think about this smartly. But we'll do just great. I just joined the stream and you are not mining ice, says Crazy Cobra. What if you made the path go above the pillar? Okay, KMB, now that you're here, my #1 Minecraft suggestion, if they wanted to make blue ice boats more fun, which I think is, to be fair, like, it's the smallest issue to fix with transport in Minecraft. Like, we already have incredible boats. But if they wanted to make them more fun, make it so they could go up a block. Right now, this is what happens, right? You have a packed ice there, and you ride your boat at it, and it just goes, oh, okay. You can carve out a hole in there, but because the boat is slightly wider than a block, it won't fit. So you need to have a 2 wide hole in there, and you can never go up. You can only go down. 2 separate pathways, and the one through the pillar. That's a fun idea. The one through the pillar could go down early, maybe. With my awesome, sometimes I think it's great since I know a lot about certain topics, which is fun, but I'd rather not have to deal with the sensory issues that come with that. Also, check super chats. Oh, thank you, Martin Shearing. I mentioned parenting, and now we're here. I love it. You know what? You mentioned parenting. We had to go straight to the end. You're welcome. I thank you very much for tipping. By the way, it is. I'm sure you and everyone else knows that the whole way these streams work is they're entirely free to watch, but it does, you know, it is a real cost to me, and I'm thankful to everyone who supports. Loving all the green names in chat here. Okay, so with my awesome, sometimes I think it's great since okay, yeah. So I want to discuss that NPC cat. The idea of like is something a strength or a weakness is really, really hard to meaningfully define sometimes. So I've got some blue ice, which I'm going to use to make like the primary path round. So I'm going to start on the not primary path. Oh yeah, there we go. That's my portal. Don't question what happened over there, chat. Just don't question it. I did some stuff in my spare time. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so right here is where we would expect this path to go out and come in. And then, so we have to do something similar over here. Has to get really close to matching. Otherwise, it looks ugly. And if it doesn't look ugly, it looks good. Oh no 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 no. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Okay, so the good news is I didn't put my ice away. Bad news is you know, now that I have all this Now I'm at level 0 again. I can enjoy the XP from this furnace. I'll get a lot more of it, as you can see. All the way to level 4, chat. Look at this. I'm doing incredibly right now. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go find some diamonds. Look, already level 9, chat. I'm killing it. I have a diamond that I store in this chest. I kept 2 of them. I'll combine those with a stick and make an iron sword. Or I could just go find 1 diamond with some iron, and I'll be doing pretty good. So I've got... Yeah, let's go make an iron pickaxe and go find 1 diamond. Then we'll make a diamond pickaxe, and everything will just be good. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. More time to mine ice. Yeah, you know, to the person who was complaining, there's a good video of what to do when this happens. You know, let's go watch that right now, chat. There's this video by this creator. His name is ibxtoycat. I'll call him Iceman for short. And hey, thank you, I am what I torture.
May I suggest you watching a video called What to Do If Things Go Terribly Wrong in Minecraft.
Let's give it a watch, chat.
ibxtoycat.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so here's the video. It's I haven't actually watched it yet. I watched this other one he made about the Bedrock Hardcore. I thought that was good. I watched the one about the glow squid. Let's give this a watch then.
You died, and that's it then, right? You fell in lava, your items are gone, it's all over, and so it's time to quit the game and start a new world. No, hit that respawn button, because your world deserves another chance, unless you're in hardcore mode. Right? But if you're not, then death might seem bad, but it's really an opportunity for you to try again.
I'm surprised how long in this intro bit, this is legit survival. I'm surprised how long I didn't get killed by these magma cubes.
Up to your death. Let's take this as an opportunity to help you get back on your feet in the Minecraft world, because there are lots of different levels of death.
I had to like bump into them because they just weren't killing me.
Because all you've got to do is get your stuff back quickly.
This is easy to do if you know exactly where you died, or if you were lucky enough to glance. Bad news, chat. I don't think I can get my stuff back quickly. We might have to skip to level 2.
You don't need to be quick, and you...
Okay, I do need to be... I can't... Okay. Use what you already own. That's
very
tip
nice.
3.
But here's the secret. It's not a brand new world, because look at this. I have a bed, I have a house, and inside of the house I have many other items. Lots of people do assume that if you lose your experience and your items, that you're basically starting over fresh, but you're never truly starting over fresh, because you have all of the work and all of the effort you've put into this point. Ultimately, a lot of people's final goal in Minecraft are these big projects, and so if you still have them, you're very much lucky. Unless a creeper happened to explode everywhere in your world at the exact same time, or a mega TNT went off, let's say, then you are almost certainly fine in terms of builds. But what about your character? You want to get right back to mining, you want to get right back to all of these other projects, and so the secret is, if you have a stash, go there now. I know...
Okay, chat, I don't have a stash. Oh no. Okay, let's go watch the stash. I've got a lot of copper. And I've got some crying obsidian. I can make some leather armor. Yeah, I'll make some leather armor. I need some leather boots anyway, right? So we'll make some leather boots. I'll put on the gold leggings. And then I'll put on like an iron chest plate or something too. Yeah, look at the, you know what, chat? People dream of having this much stuff. And I have it right now as a freebie. What a gift that is to me. Yeah, just make the chest plate. Look at this, chat. I don't even... Honestly, I needed to go back to the overworld. It was going to be a pain to line up with that portal anyway. This is a good thing. I am really glad that happened. I thank you to that Enderman. Shout out to my boy the Enderman for helping me out here. Did a real good job, I think. I like this video you're watching. Seems knowledgeable. Oh yeah, actually, sorry, one sec. This was very rude of me. I can't believe... Almost messed this one up pretty hard, huh? But, we have to... Okay, so I like this guy a lot. I really like his videos, so I like to make sure whenever I'm there, I give him a little thumbs up. I think it's weird when YouTubers like their own videos. I don't do... Oh, wow. Oh, he's streaming right now. We should go watch that. Oh, he's streaming right now. Oh. We should go watch that. Oh, he's streaming right now. Oh. Oh. We should go watch that. Oh, he's streaming right now. Oh. Oh. We should go watch that. Oh, he's streaming right now. Oh. 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 Oh, look at this. Okay, if I time this just right, I can hand myself something. Okay, if I time this just right, I can hand myself something. Okay, if I time this just right, I can hand myself something. Okay, if I time this just right, I can hand myself something. It's still happening. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna play Minecraft, I think. It's still happening. Okay, I think that's what I'm here for. Okay, I've got some Minecraft to play, I think. Okay, so I should probably pause my own stream too. Okay. We'll go back to having some sea shanties in the background. There we go. No, nothing ever happened, chat. I'm excited to go mining. Okay, I'm gonna make myself a iron pickaxe actually, because I need to mine that diamond somehow. And then we'll get 2 more sticks so I can make it as soon as I want. Those are my last 2 sticks, so they're gonna have to count for something. So I found a big cave recently, actually. While I was on the mountain, I noticed there was a big hole in it. So we'll go over there. It'll be great. There'll be no issues, I believe. This is the premium stream content I subscribe for. We need a whole stream of just streamception. I feel like I could do it all day, every day. Why did it stop? You know, my apologies. Okay, we're good. Okay, how to get over a tragedy in 30 seconds. You're welcome. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm gonna find some diamonds. I guess I'm lacking some food, so I should try and get some on the way. Oh, taking damage is bad when you don't have food. Oh yeah, it's real bad when you have no food. Okay, so we'll just get some food on the way. There's a sheep over there, there's 2 sheep over there. They're knocking each other down the hill. Oh, there's 3 sheep over there now. Yeah, they really want each other dead, but that's fine. I'll just eat the raw mutton. That'll solve my problem temporarily, and maybe on a longer term basis too. Oh, I could probably even enchant my stuff, actually. I don't think it will help me to enchant it. I think my first diamond tool I should enchant. That would be great. Pick up some sticks. It'll be great. Wonderful. Music is louder than mic. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. Stream vibes are gone. So we had a little bit of a good time. But yeah, ultimately, if you die in Minecraft, you're already dead. You can't make the problem go away. Oh, is that some raw rabbit? Ooh, that will solve some problems. So yeah, I saw a really big cave earlier while I was scouting out to see if there was I don't know why I was looking to see if there was ice actually. It was a pretty dumb waste of a few minutes of my life. But as you can see, a big cave, chat. Oh, actually, this doesn't look that big. It looks like it's a big cave, but then it doesn't go that deep. Maybe I was actually foolish for believing in the cave. Or maybe there's just another one that I'm mixing that up with. We'll make sure. I mean, worst case, I go into that same cave I've already been in a few times. Yeah, no, this is going to be over here. Look at the size of this cave, chat. Try and tell me you're not expecting to... Oh, yeah, look at this. This is what I'm looking for. I'll find a single diamond in there somewhere. Like, that seems like a guarantee. So I have to take a big fall to get in. How do I make that fall small? I guess I go via that water. How do I use the water when I have no blocks? I'll go via that water I can see. So yeah, I think I like the music. Drop a link, please. It's the Sea Shanty. It's called Sea Shanty RuneScape Free. It's I think it might be Sea Shanty 2 RuneScape Free, which is confusing to have multiple numbers in that. But they remade it for the game. I just found it by accident while I was on YouTube. Honestly, YouTube for video game music is the king. It has to be said. You can listen to. You want to listen to a real artist with real songs? Go on Spotify. Go do your thing. But if you wanna listen to some sea shanties from your childhood games, RuneScape is the place you're gonna find it. Okay, so torch me up. Perfect. So we're at 46 right now, which is still nowhere near deep enough to find diamonds. So we're just gonna. Oh, is this the whole cave actually? I think this is the whole cave. I thought it was so deep, but it was so deep from the surface. It's not actually that deep, everything considered. Yeah, YouTube greater than Spotify always. It's insane to me that anyone pays for any other service. Like, you pay for YouTube, you pay the same price as Spotify, and you get YouTube Music, which is pretty good. It's basically as good as, you know, all the other ones. But then you also get, at same time, same price, you get free ads on every, like, no ads on every YouTube video. And, you know, in a world where, you know, even if you can use ad blockers, like, they seem to work less and less. And in a world where, like, you actually want to support the creators, as you do much better using AdBlock Plus than elsewhere. I know I sound like I'm biased when I say that, but it is important to support the things you enjoy, or they tend to not exist. It's something you realize sometimes a bit too late. But oh man, there's a lot of zombie dudes in here. So no diamonds, just a lot of cave. I could probably get some food though. Looks like a lot of it's chasing me right now. Okay, so let's just go up here. Is there any... No. Okay, so we're gonna go into the first cave that we found before. This was a fun little distraction, and I could come here for some copper. It looks like it'd be a good cave for that, but it's not a good cave for anything else. I'm happy to keep both. If I need to, I'll cancel Spotify, says Xavier. You know what? I'm very happy that you got both. Clearly, sounds like you need to be subscribed to your boy ToyCat's membership system. You get access to, you know, think about Spotify. What do you get? Like, you listen to some songs sometimes, and like, I don't know, like once a year they tell you about the songs you listened to that year. Those are the full benefits of Spotify. Now let me give you the full benefits of a ToyCat membership. Green name, that's recognition, that's status, that's something people seek out in their life. Oh, deep dark. That is bad and good in all the right ways. But there's definitely going to be some diamonds in here now. Like, this is way deep enough. It's like so deep that it's going to be a pain to get out of, actually. And I've got one torch, so I want to use this to the best of my ability, by the way. I just one thing. Oh, there we go. Found them. Told you it would happen, chat. You find a big cave, and in that big cave, you might find some big diamonds. So hopefully it's more than 2, but I'd accept 2. Okay, 2. So I can now make a pickaxe and another jukebox or something. Hey, Xavier! I didn't even finish my membership benefits. You get access to ToyCat Bathing in Iron Brew. Honestly, that's worth about 14 months of ToyCat of Spotify membership. But then even better than that, right? Even better, you get access to ToyCat Bathing in Mountain Dew, the long-awaited sequel. And you help to bring into existence the 3rd sequel to that yet. I recently relearned about Buckfast Internet. It's a drink that is it sounds like it will do a lot of harm, and they drink it a lot in Scotland and Ireland apparently. I thought it was just for what homeless people drink, but it's actually a very popular drink in those places too. Where I've heard, I have it on good authority that they have homes. Sometimes. I mean, I don't know for sure. Also, thank you, Diamond the Cat, for gifting a membership too. One other lucky person also gets to enjoy the benefits of about 14 months worth of Spotify membership. So I have to get out of here now quickly, by the way. I've got low health and no real healing method. But I just want to believe there's more diamonds in here. But you know, I shouldn't believe it. There are Endermen here. Endermen cause pain. And I don't want any pain in my day. So with 3.5 hearts, can I make it back to my spawn where everything will be good? That is the question. Let's see if we can't find the answer. So I'm poor, but want to join your channel to support you. Thank you, Jimoni Players. I think I thought about this a lot. There is a really important thing in like wealth and money, but isn't there also an interesting part of like the things that you buy lining up with the money you have is often not true for most people. It's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like there are a lot of people who will spend money so that they look like they are someone who spends money. But the biggest benefit of spending the money is that now you look like someone who spends money, like on the school example. I hope that you, I don't know why I'm feeling so generous streamers today, says Xavier. I hope that you find the help that you need for the things that you are going through separately. I think the more things you add together, right? The more traits, the more things that you combine, the harder it can feel to find anyone that can relate to you. Especially like, I don't know, like if you add in being from a background that is not the norm where you are, I don't, you know, it's, which is you know, for an increasing amount of the world, this one of the interesting things about the world is, despite the fact that this sounds like it makes no sense, most people will be of some minority in their home country at some point, right? Because as more and more people move around, you can have, you know, like 1% of the population still be the majority if everyone else is 0.5%, and you've got 200 separate groups. So one of the interesting things is like more and more people are going to be not a, and in the same way, if you add enough other traits to that, and it's one I think about because it is actually a question that has no real answer as to like, is it a thing that is, it's a similar thing, like, is it actively desirable, or is it something that we do the best that we have and how we have? You know, like, in an ideal world, if you can ignore all of the problems it creates. I was a minority in my home country and came here to be the exact same. One of the wildest things about basically every African nation that I'm aware of, there's very few exceptions, is like there's like, I guess the way I would put it is, in human development we have a phase, we have lots of phases, right? We went from being cavemen, we went from being people who hunted and gathered and had like 10 people in your tribe that you knew, to being people in like smaller, you know, little groups that could come together. And then, you know, eventually that formed into like, you know, rivaling war bands that turned into what we now call countries. But if you're like one tier down, if you never make countries on your own behalf, if countries are kind of enforced onto you, a lot of people who don't see themselves as the same exist together, and it's like, but we're not anything alike. In the same way that, like, I don't know, if you had to live with a bunch of French people, you'd realize very quickly, like, wow, what's the scoop here? We don't speak anything the same language, and we disagree about what it means to be polite or stand in line. And so, oh, by the way, thank you, Joshua Lyle, so much for becoming the 360th channel member. Which is very fitting for a channel like mine, right? Very, very fitting amount. Also, if I get hit by a skeleton one time or fall down a hole, I'm dead. Okay, so the good news about dying is it means I can go to sleep. Wow, I needed to get home, and I got home so quickly. Whereas the ice mining says, mine laughter. You're right, I messed up. I shouldn't have done it. What am I doing streaming if I'm not even sticking to the title? The tribal stuff is why parasocial relationships happen. Yeah, I guess, like, that's the thing that brings the whole stream full circle, is that the bigger the group of people, the harder you will find it to have meaningful connections with that collection of people. What happened here? Oh, okay, that's what happened. And so, you know, that is why people like YouTube communities, because you find people who don't just like, oh yeah, they were born in the same place, but like, you know, that at one point 1,000 years ago, they might have lived in the same village as your ancestors. Instead, it's like, yeah, we have a shared interest in Minecraft and big projects and all that noise. And so it's kind of fun. Also, yeah, I think that is why people do find it interesting to join the micro communities of the internet. Anyway, I have had a time today, internet. I hope that my time gets better in the future and not worse. I am going to build a beautiful end with some copper and some ice. And I'm going to build it beautifully. In fact, let's make my diamond pickaxe now. And then let's see what we can get if we enchant the diamond pickaxe. I guess that should be my next logical go-to, right? Yeah, we'll make some torches, because I probably need those. I'll throw the spider eyes in here. I don't know why I'm putting spider eyes in there, like I need them or anything. And then I'll make more copper blocks. Perfect. Just put them in there. And then let's go see what we can enchant, actually. You're actually worse off for streaming, says Xavier. That's not true. That's not true. Don't say that. That's incorrect. I don't agree with your point about me being worse off. Because look at this. I can enchant, and if I do get to level 30, I have efficiency 3. And so I just need to get to level 30 real quick. I'll go to the nether and I'll mine some nether quartz maybe. Yeah, that might be what I have to do. Mine a bunch of nether quartz, which will then help me make a prettier end. And then I can get silk touch again. And then we can go do my thing. Yeah, so I think I might need to... Yeah, I'll bring some copper to the end. I'll bring some... It'll be real fun. I'll solve this problem, but I'll solve it another time. The real stream was the friends we made along the way. Thank you for coming along today, internet. I am a little bit behind where I was previously. Now I have to decide how I'm going to get the... I guess I need to mine some coal. I need some coal to smelt my ludicrous amounts of copper. So I'll go mine some coal. You know, you can hang out while I do this, internet. If I'm going to be doing it off camera anyway, might as well do it on camera. And, I don't know, use the time to contemplate my life decisions. So has anyone seen any birds recently? You see any interesting ones? You see any Canada geese? Were they from Canada? Is the weather good there? Is the weather bad there? Also, I can't believe that this cave is so filled with enemies. I was coming in for a nice relaxing time. I didn't realize that would be impossible, or I wouldn't have come in. Okay, is there still a skeleton following me? I hope not. But yeah, we'll mine a bit of coal. We'll get a good bit of experience from this alone. In fact, I definitely should have enchanted this pickaxe. Yeah, let's do like a level 2 enchantment or something on it. Get just that little bit of extra speed, and then we'll be good. My grandma likes to feed pigeons. I like to feed pigeons too. Sometimes, you know, it's one of the joys in life is that there's just this little communal animal that belongs to all of us, you know? You can just give it food whenever you want to. The world, we used to run the world with pigeons, and one day we just said, go be free. And I think that's one of the biggest injustices. But pigeons they don't like threaten to sue us for that. They're not like, yeah, I'll see you in court, you know, and then expletives. They just go, that's chill. I see that you were done using us as male people. We'll just live in your cities. You know, you can feed us bread when you feel like it, I guess. We'll still hang around you because we like you, but you know, we understand you're going through something right now. The pigeon is the therapist we all need. But also, they delivered our letters. You know, whenever, you know, if you ever tipped your Uber Eats driver, you should be tipping your pigeons. I'm just saying, if that is a type of, you know, service that you value so much that you give additional money, you should be giving some money to the local pigeons. In Ottawa, Ontario, it's quite a lot hotter than usual for winter. It's about 15 degrees. That is very hot for Canada in winter. I think Canada's famous for being an icy tundra where no one would want to live. So it's fascinating to learn that someone could actually live there right now. Pigeons were awarded medals in war. Yeah, pigeons served in combat for us. You know how people have this whole thing about like, oh yeah, thank you for your service? We should say that to every pigeon we run into. But do we say that? For some reason, we think we're above it. We're like, oh, they're vermin, they have diseases. It's like, you have diseases. You have so many diseases. You don't even know about all the diseases you have. You have to go to the man who knows about all the diseases, who has to check like which of those disease symptoms you also have. That's how many diseases you have, friend. You think you want to criticize the pigeons? It is, if there is a Department for Veteran Affairs in the United States, there should be a Department for Pigeon Affairs. I'm just saying. Anyway, so let's continue mining the coal. Get a healthy amount of it. This would be so much easier with a fortune pickaxe, chat. I wish there was a way that I could get one of those. It would get a lot more experience, I bet. It's a shame that is impossible. But, sometimes Minecraft be how Minecraft be, huh? Okay, so we'll keep mining coal. And I think once we're level, like, 10, we'll be able to do a level 2 enchantment on my pickaxe. And that'll help me out a great deal. Will you ever walk 1,000,000 blocks again? Says Mine Laughter. I think the 1,000,000 block walk was one of the most bizarre things I ever did. And to this day, I couldn't tell you why I did it, but I'm glad I did. I think the next thing I want to do to be the first in is I want to be the first person to survive 100 days legit in hardcore, which means I'm gonna have to actually survive, right? Like I have to not just play for 16 hours. I have to not die to a bedrock bug, and also not die in a stupid way like I just did there. That is actually a very big challenge. That does take a surprising amount of work, especially on hard difficulty. I'm gonna need to mega max enchant armor. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm quite looking forward to it, honestly. So yeah, I don't know how I get out of this place, chat. I guess I go up that waterfall over there. Yeah, it seems logical. Cool leak about Minecraft's new updates. They plan on adding coral copper boosters for railroads. Coral copper boosters? I never believe any leaks about Minecraft updates. Unlike other games, Minecraft has staff that really like their jobs. That's why it doesn't leak. I think they used to have staff that would just share what they were working on, as they were working on it. Nowadays, it's a bit more of a convoluted process. But still, okay, so now we're going to separate this into little piles, chat. So pile, 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 pile. Okay, and then we'll do the same with this one. It's more or less the same. Okay, and then we'll stack up each of these furnaces. And we'll do another mega smelt again soon. Already got some stuff in it. This is my genius solution to running out of experience. Do I have exactly enough? I think I have one too many, so that's fine. We'll just load some. We'll load some copper into each of these now, and this is just the plan to turn raw copper into something valuable. Man, you get too many stacks of this. Okay, so first we go in there because that's gonna smelt the fastest, and then over here, and then over there, and then look at this. I'm creating experience, chat. And you are experiencing my creation of experience. How does that feel? I've been playing my main hardcore game for enough time that I've got armor with 4 protections from that moment when that was in the game. Is the 100-day stream on Thursday, says Dasher. The 100 days, so if you're curious, because I have a stream scheduled for this, right? That stream is going to be whenever hardcore comes out. So I'm scheduling it for Thursday, And then if the beta doesn't include it, I'll schedule it for next Thursday. And that way it's ready for whenever hardcore actually comes out. We have to do it in 2 parts because YouTube only allows you to VOD up to 12 hours. And also, I think that'll help my sanity quite a bit. But yeah, that's what's happening there. It's going to be some fun, I think. Okay, so we'll see how many of my... Oh, the cherry saplings are actually holding up quite strong, I think. So now we're going to go enchant my pickaxe. And I guess we'll just enchant my armor and stuff too. Like I've got the stuff to do it. Let's go do it. Actually, I've got quite a little lapis up here. I assume I have a chest down there that I can store stuff in. But just in case, we'll bring it up with us. Are you covering your end in ice now? Says Fiery Hornet. Yeah, right now. Any second now, we'll be right back there. Don't get anywhere near lava. It's bad for your health. It's true. You know what, Pat, you were missing for the conversation earlier. Maybe you got an interesting thoughts on it. But is it a if you could take a pill that would make all of your that would make any and all medical issues going away, including what we currently refer to as, you know, like a mental health condition, for example. Would you do it? Or is that a... Oh, so let's put sharpness on there, why not? It's basically free. Is that an unconscionable question, even? I think some people might genuinely think that, like... Also, why can't I enchant it, chat? Oh, you need 8 levels for the first... Oh, I thought you needed 1. Oh. So I have to now move the enchantment table to somewhere where I can... That's dumb, but that's fine. I'll just put it over here, and then we can enchant for 1 level. Protection 1 or Protection 1? I'm kind of tempted Protection 1, chat, but I'll go with Protection 1 instead. And then we'll do the same here, but I will... No, I just won't enchant them. Protection 1 chestplate. I should probably bring some iron to make a helmet or something, but it's fine. So, now Santa is related. Hallucinations are fun. The weird thing about hallucinations is you know, can I talk real with you, internet? I don't know if I think this is good or bad or whatever, but basically every movie, not every movie, but like 1 in like 10 movies has the premise in there of like, but what if your hallucinations are real? I'm watching a movie about a space spider right now. Don't watch it. Don't watch the movie about the space spider. But I'm watching a movie about a space spider. And the whole point is they're meant to make you question, like, is it real though? And it's like, no, if you want to be useful for people's mental health, the answer should be no, right?
Please enjoy a lobster roll for this roller coaster of a stream today.
Thank you, General Delogu. I'm glad to see you. Thank you for helping me feel like this wasn't a backwards progress stream. You know, it's clearly forwards progress in my life, because the number of lobster rolls is going to be going up. So I don't know how anyone could see it as anything but that. Thank you, appreciate it a lot. Okay, let's go. Let's combine this. We're getting a lot of blocks of copper now, by the way. I'm feeling real good about my copper supply. Also, ibxtoycat, can I get a happy birthday for my daughter, Demon Queen, since it's her birthday in 3 days? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you're a demon. I don't know. That is real cool. Pat said she's built a life. Sorry, I think I messed up halfway through there. Happy birthday, Demon Queen. I hope you're doing wonderfully. Demon Queen's a fun name, by the way. Queen of Demons. Sounds like if I don't wish a happy birthday, I'm gonna be in some real problem. I'm gonna have some real issues in my life very shortly. Also, yeah, Pat said she built a life around the neurodivergence, so it'd be worse to change now. I kind of see that at a certain point. Like, if you don't know how to live life in a different way, switching to that different way is a bad use of resources. Yeah, like I do actually agree with that. Even I'll go as far as to say that at a certain point, you know, in the same way that like we went so far down the gasoline, you know, like explosions make an engine go forwards technology, that it took so long to get away from it. And even now, we're like 20 years into the electric car thing, and arguably 25, 30 years into it. And even now, it's like, yeah, there are quite a lot of ways in which an electric car doesn't perfectly match a petrol one, because we went so far down one piece of tech. The fact that it takes 30 years to change, for example. And so, similarly, okay, where am I going now? I'm going to get back in the cave. No, I need to get some food. I need a reliable source of food, and that means I need to... You know, I bet there's food in the Woodland Mansion, honestly. Let's go back to the Woodland Mansion. I bet there's things in there that would be beneficial to me. I don't know what off the top of my head, but I bet they're in there. But yeah, I was gonna end the stream about 20 minutes ago, chat.
If I could have taken a pill at age 6 to makes me not ADHD/dysthemic, it would have been good, but at this point, my whole life has formed around this, and being otherwise would be worse. Thoughtful face.
Yeah, it's that is a really compelling idea. Genuinely, I think I guess deep enough into any issue, it becomes really hard to change your progression on it. Like that's why pivoting early, if you're going to pivot, is important. But also, you know, like in basically any idea, like getting too deeply committed is bad. But also thank you, Puzzle Gal. Oh, you like puzzles? I like puzzles too. Wow, we should be friends. We should be parasocial internet friends. 100 years ago, we had electric. Give me alcohol-powered cars. That's an interesting point too, actually, is that it kind of went both ways. Like, it took a while to get the whole explosion-powered car thing going, and then we've kind of gone back. I guess basically everything goes in circles on some level. Totally not, because I want to be one of the first playthroughs / completionists of it. Says Rebel459. I have no idea what that is in relation to, but I agree. You'd be replacing yourself with a different person at that point. I think if you go to a much more minor level, like if you say, if I could take a pill that would make me less introverted, would I take it? Is you know, like if you could take a pill that would make you, you know, like slightly have a more interesting interest. Like if you're into model trains or something niche, it would make you into sports. Actually, I guess that's an interesting one. If you could take a pill that would make you interested in sports, would you take it? I feel like most people.
Hey, Toy Cat.
Hey!
Smiley cat face. How are you
Sophie.
today? I love coming home from work and de-stressing to a Toy Cat stream. Hope you enjoy your weekly Toy Cat tax.
Thank you, Sophie Hawkins. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for coming to the stream today. I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you for all the lovely supportive people all in a row. 12-hour stream anytime soon, Toycat, says Shy Guy. It'll be coming when hardcore comes. You'll get the longest stream you'll get for a very long time. I think 8 hours, maybe. Maybe a little longer, depending on how the days go. Oh, whoa! One hit KO! I was wearing enchanted armor! What? Okay, don't go to a Woodland Mansion looking for food. It might go badly for you. That's fine. That's good. I see no issue with that. Yeah, I don't know if I would take a pill that would make me interested in sports. Like, I'm not interested in it, and so a part of me is like, and I don't want to be. So then it would go, the next level up above that would be, what if I could take a pill that would make me, let's just say more relatable, more interesting to more people. Something which is like good for my job, but also is good in general. Oh no, the guy's still there. Okay, no, he's walking so fast. Okay, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna get killed by another one after I do kill him. But there we go. Oh, That was crazy. Yeah, that was a... Okay, we're just gonna put the armor back on. And we're gonna pick up the sword. I'm just gonna know that I will die in an instant if one of these guys wills it. So now, I'm gonna break through into the floor. I'm just gonna, you know, actually, yeah, it was silly of me to go in at this level of the Woodland Mansion. I should clearly be going in at this floor down here. I think there's food in here, chat. I don't know why I think that. I have no proof whatsoever that there is food. But it does, you know, actually, let's just get out of it. I'm done with that. Never mind, no food. I'm not finding any in there. I don't think that's changing. I take a pill, get rid of my anxiety for good. A chill pill, if you will. You know, yeah, that's the next level up. Like, okay, if you have some level of social anxiety, social awkwardness, like stress issues, anger issues, would you take a pill? And then the levels that are like way higher than that would be like, okay, if this could cure every mental condition you have to bring you up to peak mental fitness, but also erases some of the quirks that come with that. Like people who are like really good at organizing stuff are more likely to have, you know, like, I don't know, certain unhealthy condition, maybe anxiety. Like they have to organize things because otherwise they get pretty anxious about how the things are. You know, like stuff like that. Like some of the things that make people useful come from their weaknesses. And then the level way above that would be like, okay, this pill literally just rearranges your personality. This pill will make you into someone who is more likable, who could be a presidential candidate one day. Which, I mean, as far as I can tell right now, the criteria just means you gotta live 80 years longer than the average human being. Anyway, but one day it will bring you to that situation. You know, that starts to get a little tempting. Also, I'm just gonna farm these carrots. I could make some baked potatoes. I've got a lot of potatoes here. Let's bake some potatoes up, actually. I'm gonna have some spare potatoes. I'm gonna have some spare carrots. Let's turn them into something. It feels like I need a better source of food though, chat. What food should I be going for? I've got my 2 rabbits together again. Oh, it's a baby rabbit now. So if I just feed that little rabbit enough carrots, eventually I'll have some good stuff. Okay, and I'll have 16 potatoes for the meantime. Yeah, I think that will do me nicely. So put them in. And then we're gonna need more coal. Now, yeah, that's entirely understandable. And then we'll go back into my cave, mine a bunch of coal, the efficiency 2 pickaxe. Then once we get like a decent amount of coal, we'll go look for diamonds with the torches we'll now have. Yeah, and then we'll go to the Nether to get experience, to get silk touch, and then we'll pretend none of that happened. Boom, sorted, chat. But yeah, so I think the actual problem with all my examples, ignoring what Pat said about how life is conjugated in a certain way around it, I think the deeper problem is that it assumes that the medical system has pills that you magically take to do a thing. I think like I made a joke about painkillers, but seriously, they're called painkillers. Has it ever killed pain for anyone? It sort of mildly takes some of the edge off for some things sometimes. I think that's about as positive I think anyone could say anything about drugs, right? I think I should build a nicer house. I think my house needs a little bit of work done to it, chat, and I'm gonna do that work right now. I've got the planks. Let's do it. Let's just put them all back on. Let's just make this happen. Look how nice this is. Yeah, just fixing this house. There's no problems over here that I can see. I think I can climb on the house from this side. So I'm gonna jump up here. Just place some stairs there. And then jump up to the top. It looks like I should be able to make the jump. I can. Here we go. No problems whatsoever. House is coming together wonderfully. We can put the grey wool in here. We can finish up the birch stairs. And then we'll have more storage space to put... Okay, I've got to put some... I know, a birch plank over here. And then also one over here. And then we'll grab this and we'll put a dark oak over there and there. Yeah, this is lovely, chat. This is the best house anyone has ever seen. And if you disagree, you are banned from our land. I've had a broken ribbon forgotten on dihydrocodeine. Oh, that's true. You're not. But then that's... The thing is, painkillers are so good that we can't trust people to have them. In case you're curious, I've also been on dihydrocodeine, or whatever the heck it's called. And I just got so spacey. It's like you said, it didn't kill the pain, it just made me so spacey I was busy focusing on my lack of functioning thoughts and anything. Pain or not. And so, man, yeah, this is the recovery stream, chat. This is just, I had to recover from the stream issues, now I've got to recover from my Minecraft issues. Yeah, the funny thing about basically all drugs that we give to people is if you solve people's problems too hard, it actually becomes a bigger problem. So, for example, okay. If you solve people's problems too hard, it becomes a bigger problem. Like, you can be addicted to painkillers. Or alternatively, you realize how it doesn't solve a problem. So if you've ever looked into antidepressant drugs, again, speak to a licensed professional, not a Minecraft streamer, if you are looking for advice about what to take or not take. However, if you are looking to consult a Minecraft professional, let me give you some entirely unwarranted advice. If you ever look into what, like, SSRI, into the brand of antidepressants that is most common, it doesn't make you not depressed, because depression is a much deeper problem that can be solved. You know, it's like you can't take a drug that makes you not bored. I guess actually a lot of drugs will do that for you. But you can't take a drug that makes you happy, right? There's no such problem in the brain. It is a more complex condition. You can't sell a microwave version of a human being, because a human being requires a lot more than just heat and some ingredients. And in the same way, so too does, you know, like, depression is a complicated mix with a complicated solution, therefore. And so one of the, also just had surgery, must prescribe very strong painkillers. Happy for you, by the way. But yeah, so there's a lot of problems that you fix by just being like, yeah, well, we make this thing go away, but it won't actually fix the problem. You know, a painkiller doesn't make the source of pain go away, so you still have a broken arm, for example. And so the most effective version of something is always going to be the one that allows the problem, the symptom or whatever, to be solved. And so, you know, like, I don't know, you would, in reality, the way drugs usually work is you don't get, like, oh, you take this pill and it goes away. The only case we've ever found of that, I think, is antibiotics. And antibiotics were so OP that we've broken them. We've made bacteria that are resistant against it, I think. And we're creating more every single year. Eventually, somewhere in the next 50 to 100 years, antibiotics will do nothing because we'll have used them on everything because they're so powerful. Like, we invent something and it's almost like nature is like, no, 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 no. I didn't intend for you to become God. You're gonna have to nerf that in the next patch. Life tends to find balance. Is something I would say. Also, getting through depression takes a lot more work than people think. Yeah, I think people who think it's easy genuinely just can't comprehend what the issue is. I guess that's also because, like, in the same way that you can have, like, have you ever heard of people who have, like, autism so bad they can't go into public spaces because they just, like, they start screaming? Like, you can get so autistic you have problems functioning. Or you can be like, oh yeah, I kind of like trains. Yeah, that sounds like it's derogatory, but I assure you it's not. In a similar way, like ADHD medicine, so ADHD medicine's kind of OP. But it's like it's just giving people stimulants, right? It's really, really weak stimulants to be like, look, you are struggling with these impulses and doing these things. So here are the medicines that make you want to do things real hard. And, you know, like, maybe it's a good solution to that too. Like, in a similar way, if you find yourself not relaxing, you could just take a, I forget the name of the category of drug, but weed is in there. You could just take that, and you would not find any issues in relaxing for a while, I'm sure. Yeah, I not a doctor. Don't take my advice on any drugs. I think it's just, I'll put it this way. We generally don't prescribe drugs to healthy people. Like, if they, you know, like, in the same way that people take a multivitamin every day, which I also doubt the efficacy of, but, like, there's never a doctor that's like, yeah, just take a painkiller every day in case you get pain. Because there are always downsides, and the downsides are severe enough that it is only worth going through the downsides if you are so sure of the upsides. I've been climbing off depression for the past half a year with the help of my therapist. Yeah, it's taking you, it sounds like, Dasher, it takes you not just time, not just mental energy, but a person to guide you through why you think what you are thinking. Why you are going through the things that you are going through. And that is actually a lot to really think about, right? See, I'm still looking for coal, but I'm looking far too low down, by the way. I think I've got to go up. Honestly, up into the mountains might be a better bet than what I'm doing right now. But I am picking up a lot of coal, at least. So there is that. Actually, I've got 8 coal. Never mind. I guess I can find another diamond. That'd be nice if so. Do I need more diamonds? I mean, I'd probably just die with the diamonds and then we'd get trapped in a loop. I should get at least another diamond pickaxe lying around, because that way I can enchant one with fortune and one with silk touch, and then I wouldn't need to throw away one when I get the other. Yeah, that's the move. Okay, so where am I going to find diamonds in a cave this big? Answer, we find a cave that's bigger than this. That's always the solution. There's always a bigger cave, chat. Speaking of always a bigger cave, right, I'm off to bed.
Right, I'm off to bed now, Toy Cat and wives. As got to get an early night due to having my driving test
congratulations
tomorrow.
on a driving test.
Face. Thanks for helping me de-stress.
You're welcome. I know what you mean by, like, needing to, like, de-stress before doing something serious. It's a good problem to have, but it is still a problem to have. Okay, so I've got a big pillar over here. We'll put a torch up here, and then we'll pillar our way down. There we go. Okay, so down here, they'll definitely... Oh, no, there won't be diamonds down here, because I've already been down. If there were diamonds to be found, I would have found them already, right? That stands to reason. I can mine some redstone. I mean, redstone could be fun. I can make some fun, interesting things with redstone. Oh, or I could go back into the ancient city area, the deep dark from before. Remember when you were in the stream 35 minutes ago before you brought up ADHD again? Yeah, it was a good time when I ended the stream. It was a good time back then. Do you remember when I ended the stream, chat? I don't remember when I ended the stream. The stream is eternal. Honestly, why do I need to stop streaming, chat? Like, every streamer eventually stops. But have we ever just questioned what happens if they keep going? Like, I can do all my basic bodily needs here on stream. I can get food delivered. I can pee in the fish. I can drink from the fish. Preferably not in that order, but you know, if needs be. I can sleep in the chair. I could ask the chair for some therapy if I'm feeling, you know, mentally a little anxious about streaming for so many hours in a row. Could have a real good time. Sounds like a thing a person with 80. Hey, diamonds! Please be, yes! I have one, right? Yeah, okay. Second pickaxe, chat. Problem solved. Okay. Oh, there's a, okay. I'm gonna save that diamond. I'm gonna just, okay. For future me. I'm gonna surround this with, I can't believe, I spent so long looking for diamonds last time I was here. Didn't find those ones at all. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through here, place a few extra torches, maybe find an extra diamond or two. Ooh. I'm sorry I'm late, but you're still here. What are we doing, says Polly. I'm mining ice to put in my end. It's going pretty well so far. I haven't had any issues. Everything's been just great as far as I'm concerned. Food, yes. All the fish stuff is 100% no. Oh no, I'm just trying to. Okay, you know, too many baby zombies. Okay, so I think the deeper thing about why we don't have drugs to solve things is because ultimately one of the, if you ever look at the hierarchy of needs, whether you believe it or not, it's your choice. I think it's quite debatable. But if you ever look at a hierarchy of needs, the one at the very top is always like self-actualization. Like, you know, finding your like meaning and purpose in the world. There are very few people who ever truly find self-actualization, is what people will tell you when they point it out. But the biggest struggle with the idea that some people sometimes suggest, and what looks like it might be the real future, where we all live in, you know, VR decks and we never have to work again, is like sometimes doing something really good through hard work is better than doing it easily. There's a lot of things that you want to do the easiest way possible. Like, you know, like food might be a good example. Where like, or like, I don't know, using the bathroom. No one wants using the bathroom to be a long and painful process, I assume. You know, I'm not there to judge if you want to have a fun Sunday afternoon. There are some tasks that we want to be as easy as possible, and in reality, we simplify that down to just say, yeah, it's better for most tasks to be done easier rather than harder. But there's a lot of there's a lot more. Let me find the words for this correctly. There are a lot of things where the solution being easy makes it less valuable. We sometimes add complexity back to our own lives. In this, if you think about, you know, people who drive everywhere will sometimes drive somewhere specifically to like take themselves for a walk. You know, like hiking is a big thing because we have this desire to use our body for this. Like we're adding complexity back into a life where there wasn't some before. If you think about how like food works, like food is so easily solved. You go to the store, you buy a meal that goes in the microwave, and then for 40 seconds later you've got food. On-demand food of any variety you want for affordable, cheap prices. And then we talk about how like, oh yeah, but it's not grain-fed. It's not hormone-free. You know, I don't know. I thought hormones were good on the internet. It's very hard to keep track of people's opinions on those. But I think there is a real like adding of challenge that we will do in you know, like subconsciously or not, that to me proves that some things are better when they're hard. And so to truly achieve the highest level of self-actualization, you have to do it when it is challenging. And so you can't make everything easy. And sometimes that means solving your biggest your biggest internal issues too. I think as an example, like I make videos here on the internet. I make roughly one a day. It's more like 5 or 6 a week right now. Because, you know, I've been trying to make better videos. But that's that's despite the fact that I probably could put a lot less effort into each video. You know, that is a choice that I could decide to make. The most popular video series are not the ones that I only exclusively make. And so why that is, it could just be, oh yeah, you'd get bored of it. But there's a certain element of like pride that people weirdly feel. And so one of the things that are, or even like necessity. Like there are some things that are like, this is hard, I don't want to do it, but someone's got to do it, and so that'll be me. And so one of the things like that I try to like, oh no, I'm dead. Okay, I'm not dead. I'm just dying. Will the spider catch up with me? I hope not. Okay, chat, everything's fine. I don't want to lose my 9 levels. I don't want to lose them. But it's... Oh, no, I'm dead. It's over. Okay, I'm just gonna build myself a little cubby. I'm just gonna build a little hole. Okay, I think I'm safe now. Okay, we'll just put a torch in here. And then I'll just mine my way to the surface. Everything is fine, chat. Everything is fine. Don't you question this. But, yeah, there's a lot of things that I really specifically want to provide on the... Like, you know, like... There's a sense of, like... I don't know what words to use for it, but trying to actually find truth, like greater truth, real, what is the underlying thing there that a lot of people accidentally or on purpose, you know, for complexity reasons, skip out on. And I think it's useful to share those things. Even with Minecraft, a lot of people see it as like the game of who can build the biggest thing. And it's like, but no, it's about what you want to build, and you know that with everything like that, there's a lot of these interesting questions. Even like playing hardcore, for example. As someone just asked, Kalash Young, it's like, yeah, I want to do hardcore, but like actually playing safe in a way that a realistic person should. You know, the goal is to try and like actually have a repeatable method to do a thing. There's a lot of like weird there's a lot of things that I look at here on YouTube and I'm like, I want to do this so because someone needs to have it done. Even just the small things like the stuff on the store. It's got to be some of the most important videos that I make, like allowing people to know what you'll actually get when you download some of the marketplace. I think, by the way, real quick, did they add another add-on? Sorry, you can call this ADHD Toy Cat if you want. I think they were going to add another add-on today, right? Did they get around to it? There was 15. They haven't added it yet, so there's still 15. It's been 2 weeks now, and Minecraft is not updated. But yeah, the interesting thing is, like, you have to spend real money, and so having someone who has spent the money for you is like a service I really value in basically everywhere else, right? Like when you want to buy something, you need to look up reviews, but it's hard to do that for Minecraft, so it's something I think is important. And there's lots of examples of just stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, if there's no one out there that you can trust to do the thing, you gotta do the thing and hope that people can trust you, and then really hope. Okay, so I am down here. This was a really good place for me to come out, actually. I'll build a little something. A little diorite. And then some granite. Yep, that's good. Maybe I could build the rest up there, actually. Place a block over there, and then over there. And that's a big pillar. Now let's go... What was the point of that trip again, chat? I got 3 more diamonds. But now we need to go specifically and mine some nether quartz. So yeah, I might have been streaming for almost 3 hours, chat. And you might think that I'm behind where I'm started. That's all. I hope that you enjoy this channel. Be honest, do you force yourself to make marketplace videos? I do try to... The ones I would like to... There's this weird thing on YouTube. The things that you would like to make are not the things that you have to make. So I want to make marketplace... the thing I would like to do the most is just check out the newest thing, see what is going on with it. Like Minecraft, like there was this really cool map that just released, right? It was it's 2D. Let me show you it, chat. It's a 2D Minecraft map, Boba Tea Town. Why does this cost $10, chat? What is... Anyway, so there's things like that where I roll my eyes and I check it out for the sake of saying, like, well, is this actually something, or is this just trying to sell people on bubble tea? And then there are things like, oh, Parkour Cube, that might be something. Or TNT mobs, or Epic Warden, you know, whatever's going on with each of these, right? Absolutely fascinated by some of this. And, yeah, they made a 2D map, I guess it was last week now. And it looked so cool. So I want to turn Minecraft into a 2D platformer. Anyway, I have done a really good job of not dying. And I got to my food. And now I've just got to eat some of that food. And There we go. Look, we're good. And then now I just need to get experience. I need to make another chest probably soon. I'll make my other chest in the ceiling up there. Get this right, because those are slabs above it or stairs above it. What I can actually do is I can make the chest there and it'll still open. So we'll just dump some junk in here. Don't need it, so it goes away. Future me might really want this, but current me is not here to give it to him. Switch out the pickaxes. I don't know why I have an iron pickaxe if I have this one actually. So we'll just put them both in there. And we'll make another diamond pickaxe. This one will enchant later as well. And then we are ready to go to the Nether, chat. So yeah, this world is going to take some real doing to bring back from the brink. But the brink is where we find ourselves. Okay, let's make a ton of torches. Like, there we go. Too many torches. Put the coal in there. And yeah, look at this, chat. I've got let's think about the positives today. I started with no idea what was going on. I end the day with a very clear food... Do I have any bones, actually? So, okay, wait, one sec. Sorry, before I brag, let's work out what I'm doing. So I have some bones. I've got plenty of bones, actually. I could have made food a long time ago. If I had bone meal, there's not thinking about it too much. Okay, so... 3 carrots, put 1 in there, and then feed these 2 guys. Oh, is that a baby still? I was underground for like 40 minutes or something. Okay, so we'll bone meal enough carrots to make the baby grow up. I mean, I could just eat carrots at this point, but I've committed. There we go. Now they will breed like rabbits, and now we'll eventually have a rabbit pen. And then we'll cook all the rabbits and we'll have food forever. It's not common to eat rabbit, but I feel like it's fun to do things a little interesting. Also, ibxtoycat, Let's Play is all done. Still good to publish. Yeah, publish it right now. I'm finished with the stream. I was actually finished about 40 minutes ago. So, I mean, it's not the best record for finishing, but I'm finished with the stream. Thank you for coming in and checking, Harrison. I'll put my potatoes right next to the lava. And then put all the carrots back. And look at this. The carrots are going big. So yeah, I started this stream with a messed up inventory, with a messed up house, and with a messed up sense of self-worth. And I finished this stream with none of those things. It's been a good day, internet. I had a wonderful time hanging out, doing the things, and I hope that you did as well. If you want to support the channel, consider being a member, or, I don't know, existing in some way. But thank you for being here, more importantly. I do appreciate, especially towards the end on this little tangent, all of the tips. Again, made me feel like I hadn't just lost my time in my life. That actually, we went through something, and we came out better on the other side. Because just because you died, it's not all over. And this stream was the proof. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you soon.